Hopefully you're enjoying your summer so far we're still a few weeks away from the start of training camp in the Ontario Hockey League. But we do have some news items to talk about, so let's dive right into it. It was announced today that the Hunter brothers will be managing and head coaching the World Junior Hockey Championships Team Canada for 2026. Team Canada made the announcement this morning that Dale Hunter will be the head coach, while his brother Mark will be the general manager. And it's real no surprise that the Team Canada is going in this direction. The last time the Hunters were in charge was 2020 when Team Canada came back to win gold against Russia at the World Juniors in Czechia. So they have a winning pedigree at the World Junior level. So with that, they've got a good track record and resume. Plus, they've just won back-to-back OHL championships and coming off a Memorial Cup victory just a couple weeks ago. So it's been a solid year for the Hunter brothers, and now they have to prepare for not just the OHL season, but now to prepare for camp for the World Juniors and who's going to make the roster. Always a controversial decision. I know there was a lot of eyebrows raised last year with the selection, but you get that every year. It doesn't matter who the head coach is or the manager. You know there's going to be some surprises and whatnot when it comes to players being left off and those who make it. But these two have shown that they can win gold for Canada in the past, and will do so this year. So the World Junior is going to be in Minneapolis, so in Minnesota. And of course, it always gets underway on Boxing Day in just a few months. So another thing to look forward to for junior hockey fans. Sticking with coaching, the Soo Greyhounds have announced a 2-year contract extension for head coach John Dean. And from what I've been seeing on social media and from people I've talked to, it's a little divided on having John Dean come back and receive this extension. Dean has been with the team since July 2018. He is the 20th coach in franchise history, and he has a winning record. 206, 155, 29, and 14 is his overall record since coming to the Sioux. He was the coach that got them to Game 7 of the second round just 2 seasons ago. And the team took a step back last year and was to be expected with a lot of graduating players. But they have a core this season that they're hoping will take that next step, with Brady Martin, of course, being the vocal point for this team. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But some encouragement there for John Dean that the hockey team giving him this 2-year extension just to give that confidence in what he brings to the team. And I know for Soo Greyhound fans, very passionate. And if you want to share your opinion or thoughts on the hiring, feel free to do so in the comments section down below. I know, like I said, it's been pretty divided from what I've seen so far on social media and from people I've talked to who are cover teams in the West Division. Sticking with some signings, a pretty exciting one for the Peterborough Petes, as Adam Novotny has signed his OHL standard player agreement. He was drafted in the 2024 CHL import draft 8th overall. And the Peterborough Petes, they stayed in contact. And after Martin Matejcek was able to chat with Novotny, he decided, you know what? I'm going to bring my game to North America. So Novotny, he's a high regard forward for the Peterborough Petes going into next season. I'm pretty excited to see what the Maroon and White are able to do next year. They've missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons after winning a championship, and it seems as though this team ready to take that next step. It's really too bad for the Barrie Colts that we only see Peterborough twice, once in Peterborough and then once here in Barrie. Just because of the whole scheduling, unbalanced schedule. The Colts play extra games against the Owen Sound Attack, so they only play twice against Peterborough. But it'd be nice to see the Petes a little more often and see what Novotny can bring. There's a lot of excitement, and so big signing here. And it goes to show that even in the 2025 import draft, if your team doesn't bring over a player this season, that doesn't necessarily mean they won't report. They could come the following season, and that's exactly what we're seeing here in this case with Adam Novotny. Sticking with signings, the Windsor Spitfires, they have signed their first-round pick from the 2025 OHL priority selection. John McLaughlin, he was selected 21st overall by the Windsor Spitfires. He's 6 foot, 165 pounds. He's another big forward being brought in for the Windsor Spitfires. This is a team that really likes their size. We saw that last year with Ethan Belchis being selected first overall in 2024, and now going with McGlaughlin. So it's a strategy that seems to work for the Windsor Spitfires. And for McGlaughlin, he played for the Lambton Junior Sting last year. He's actually been with that team for the last 3 seasons, and he's racked up some points. He scored 16 goals, 17 assists for 33 points in 24 games last season. So we'll see what he can bring for the Spitfires. Probably playing a bottom six role going into next season, especially with this team, with how deep they are, coming in with players returning from last season. I'm expecting Windsor's probably going to be one of the favorites coming out of the Western Conference. Kitchener, I've been seeing a lot of people picking the Rangers, but don't count out this Windsor Spitfire team. This team, I think, has some unfinished business after what happened, especially in that second round against the Kitchener Rangers. The Niagara IceDogs have some exciting news as they have signed Sebastian Dell'Elce. They acquired him in a trade with the Soo Greyhounds where they sent Brady Aerosmith up north. And Delci, he played for St. Andrews College last year. So he had ambitions to go the NCAA route, which meant he wasn't going to play for the Soo Greyhounds in the Ontario Hockey League. But that trade was made, and Delci, he's going to bring his services to the Niagara IceDogs. He's going to help out that blue line. And we'll see what he can do. He's not really known for his offensive strength. He's more of a stay-at-home defenseman, which we'll have to wait and see. Is he going to be a top-pairing defenseman with Grayson Tiller? That could be a good fit, but time will tell. But yeah, 6'1", 183-pound defenseman, Delci. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do with the Niagara IceDogs team, as the defense has been a bit of a question mark going into next year, and really goaltending. So we'll see if the Niagara IceDogs can address the goaltending between now and the start of training camp. Last year's big story was the OHL announcing that they have aggressive plans for expansion. The focus were the Muskegon Lumberjacks and the Youngstown Phantoms, who had expressed interest of leaving the USHL to join the Ontario Hockey League. But at the same time, there were some other communities who were contacted by the OHL or have reached out to the OHL. And one of those cities is Niagara Falls, New York. So I've been following the story here on the channel as there's been a land dispute over a park in the downtown tourist district. The mayor has been wanting to build this Centennial project, Robert Rustano, and city council has been kind of divided on whether or not to move forward. They've also been in a disagreement with one of the Niagara Falls redevelopment team. They want to build a data center on the same land, but there's been a dispute as to who actually owns it. And it's gotten to the point where the state of New York has sided with Niagara Falls. And now the city council has voted in favor of putting in a $4 million bid to buy the land, so 5 acres from the Niagara Falls redevelopment. So if that goes through, then we may see the construction of a new 6,000-seat arena. And the plan would be an anchor tenant would be from the Ontario Hockey League. We don't know where the OHL stands on the timeline for expansion. You would have to figure that this arena would have to be built first before they award an expansion team to Niagara Falls. But still, this is another hurdle that Niagara Falls Council has passed, as the mayor has a slim majority vote in favor of putting in this bid for the land. But if that bid is successful and they can start to get shovels in the ground, you have to wonder, could Niagara Falls, New York be one of the first expansion teams after Muskegon and Youngstown is figured out? I would think with those two teams, we should hear something before the end of the year. The OHL likes to have the schedule figured out early in the new year. We've seen that with relocations in the past. Think of Brampton when they moved to North Bay, when Mississauga moved to Brampton, the Plymouth Whalers when they moved to Flint. We knew around New Year's that changes were going to be made. There are some exceptions with relocations, like the Belleville to Hamilton relocation was kind of short notice, as was Hamilton to Brantford. But when it comes to expansion and adding teams this way, I think the league would like to have more notice to prepare for adding those teams. So Niagara Falls, New York, we could see an OHL team there maybe in the next few years. I would imagine it's going to take at least 3 years to build that new arena, but the plans are in place, and this is just another hurdle that Niagara Falls has passed. So let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on any of these news items, your thoughts on expansion, or even some of these signings that have taken place. Love the interaction. Thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we will talk to you again soon.